Today we are trying out this game that we got a long time ago, Villainous. We have not researched it at all outside of knowing that it's a pretty fun game.
And it's a Disney game.
Yeah, that's the number one criteria in fun for us sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be the first time we've played it. We will let you know how hard it is. Okay, so on the back it says, "Which villain are you?" And I'll try this in my most epic movie person voice. "In this epic contest of sinister power, take on the role of a Disney villain and strive to achieve your own devious objective. Discover your character's unique abilities and winning strategy while dealing twists of fate to thwart your opponent's schemes. Find out who will triumph over the forces of good and win it all." Yeah.
This person right here.
We'll see about that. We have to figure out how to actually play first. Let's open it up. And I totally opened it up backwards. Jesse's laughing at me because I opened it up backwards last time. Instructions. And we have this card deck thing. And all these other cards of things we don't know anything about. You veteran players may know, but we will get it all set up, read the instructions ourselves, and start getting into the gameplay. So we're reading through some of the instructions and setting it up, but on the instruction manual, can't really see there, it says to learn how to play, watch the video, and there's a link to the bottom, so actually look at that to see how to play. This is just kind of our experience and how we liked our first time playing Villainous. Another first timer thing I'm going to test Jessie on, and she does not know about this, is who these characters are. So who is this one?
Queen of Hearts.
Oh, you're right. And who is this one?
I gotta look at the other ones. I'm gonna say Little John, Prince John.
You're right. Little John could be a cool name for it. This should be an easy one.
Ursula.
And
Maleficent.
hey.
This is my horn. Jafar.
Oh, she's right again. And another easy one.
Is it easy?
Not to her.
What is that?
What is it? I'm not really focused. But...
Oh, Captain Hook! It's the feather!
I was just gonna give you that.
Holy! I had to think of that there. Wow!
Well, that's the first test. Another thing I wanted to show you is our awesome teacups.
That's right.
From our Mickey Memories collection and the Disney Wisdom collection. Jessie's also having some of her Wonderland tea. What is it called?
Yeah. It's Wonderland tea. It's Lunny. That's a mixture of lemon and honey. Lunny. Lemon, honey, chamomile tea. And the back is, I think it's very funny. Actually, they have little sayings on the inside as well that are quite funny. But it says, nothing would be what it is because everything would be what it isn't. And contrary-wise, what it is, it wouldn't be. And what it wouldn't be, it would.
So,
riddle me that, everyone.
What it would be, what it would be. Let me know what that means. So I have no clue what she's talking about. Okay, let's sidetrack. Let's get back to reading these. Okay. We kind of got our board set up here. I'll show you that once we are fully ready to go. But we're reading our objectives. So I chose Maleficent. And in this corner we have
Ursula!
So we're reading through their objectives. My objective is to start your turn with a curse at each location, which I have no clue what that means. But I'm reading this villain guide, course 101 on how to figure out how to win with Maleficent.
And Ursula's objective is She must play the trident and the crown, move them as needed so she has them at her lair, and defeat King Triton. But I am not entirely sure right now how I don't win right away, because I start there with the crown and the Triton in her lair.
So
I'm going to read this.
from a newcomer, we're reading a lot and very unsure of what we're doing. But hey, this comes in handy.
They at least give a lot of pictures. It's almost like an IKEA guide.
This needs to, we're going to get to On Your Turn here next. We'll read that up and then show you how the board's set up. We are back and read all of the instructions. You kind of have a good understanding of what's going on a little bit now. We're going to get going into the game and kind of let you know our first impressions. We do have some treats that we're eating here on game night. We have Reese's Pieces with peanuts inside of them. Jesse's favorite, the Arrow Dark Mint. And then something we haven't tried before is the Lay's pizza and some popcorn from our zoo adventure the other day. Probably. And there's some left.
Yeah.
You can probably hear the rain outside. It is picking up a little bit.
Storming.
And my battery's dying. We did it. We completed our first game of Villainous. Here's kind of how our decks ended up. Jesse was Ursula, as we mentioned before, and I was Maleficent. And I'm not sure if we played correctly, but Maleficent won this round. Woo! I'm not sure which way is the front. We did it. What did you think of your first time playing Villainous?
I misunderstood the game a lot. So I got a little frustrated at the end.
Yeah, it was a little confusing for a first time player. I'm sure playing it a couple times, we'll kind of get more of an understanding of what to do. But yeah, it was fun. A little cauldron of power. Yeah, it's kind of learning what each character does, which we did not read into at first.
And of course I picked the one character that is completely different than every other villain.
Yeah.
Not knowing that Ursula doesn't really have any allies. Apparently no one likes her. And she only does contracts.
I'm surprised there was no eel.
Super confused on how to play Ursula.
Where I had allies with Maleficent, and the Raven ally was pretty cool. We were able to move it around at the start of every turn.
And he got that one on his first turn.
And yeah, hopefully I
Lucky
played
shot.
that right. But what are your favorite characters to play with? Do you have any tips or tricks on playing the game?
Maybe on Ursula so that I can win next time?
We only played with the two of us. I'm sure the game would be a little bit more exciting with complicated with 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 players. We'll have to try that out with some friends. Probably give them the game to play by themselves for the first time, so they have an understanding of what's going on when we play all together. But yeah, it is a confusing game to play. I think the first time you're kind of learning how to do it.
Especially without watching the video.
Yeah, we did not watch the video. I would watch the video before playing this game instead of just going in cold turkey and not knowing anything about it. But I'm excited to check out the other villains and what they can do. I am never going to pick Ursula from the sounds of it. So thank you for picking Ursula, Jessica.
Maybe it's easier, but I sort of misunderstood how the contracts work. So I thought like I had the game in my hand, and then I learned I was very far from it.
Yeah, you almost had it. I was like, no, I lost.
Yeah.
But I got a curse on every section on my board.
He did. He defeated all of the heroes that I was able to find, because most of the time when I picked cards up from his fate deck, they were all items, and that does nothing unless you have a hero.
Yeah, I was able to get a bunch of
Lucky
my
Sean.
allies out there and the curses. But yeah, it was a fun night. Fun game night. Cracking up open Villainous for the first time. We've owned it for a couple months now, but have not had an opportunity to play it.
No.
But I'm happy we were able to play it. Let us know how the expansion packs are. We don't have access to them, I don't think, in our stores in Canada, but we are going to the US soon, so we might go grab those expansion packs for more villains that are not named Ursula. Might make the game more entertaining.
I sort of want to be Prince John next time, I think. I think he seems so laid back in the movie, and all he likes is money, and he sucks his thumb, and I think that would be a good one. I'm sure he'd be like easy to defeat. Whoa.
Yeah, defeat?
Or not defeat, sorry.
Easy
like
to defeat.
Like,
I want to play him, so I lose.
You can tell it got late. But I guess, so I can defeat all of the heroes? Is that how I save that?
The villains. You achieve your objective first to be the most villainous player.
I feel like I could be a good villain.
Okay, but final verdict. Villainous is a game you need to try playing a couple times for it to start clicking. First time playing it, we had a good time.
Yeah.
No battles.
Snacks helped.
Yeah, snacks help. We are very competitive to each other, so I think learning this game first definitely helped out. Next time, there might be some battles and
we have certain board
dances.
games we can't play together because someone
wins all the time.
A really great winner and has great sportsmanship.
Love you too, honey. Okay, well, that's it for our Villainous newbies playing. Let us know what you think of the game if you tried it, or if you haven't tried it, you should go check it out.
Yeah.
And time for bed. So,
yeah.
Beauventure is out there.